President Buhari in a big trouble as the Serap sues Buhari over missing 11 trillion electricity fund. Great and wonderful people of Biafra, great Biafrans all over the world, lovers of freedom, great people of Africa, and the international community as well. We call upon you to come and hear this news that we are going to give to the world. After this news, we are going to find out exactly who is supposed to be in the dungeon, whether it is a freedom fighter or a president who watch people and himself siphon funds meant for a public development. We are going to first of all bring to you what your president said in 2015 before he was voted in as your president. Now let us listen to this. Let me take your mind and refresh it back to 2015. What your president said during the presidential campaign, or maybe after the presidential campaign, trying to talk against the previous administration. Let us go to that back in the time. Listen attentively.
One of the former heads of state between that time was bragging that he spent more than 15 billion American dollars, not naira, on power. Where is the power? Where is the power?
Okay, let us leave it there, and we'll come back to the news that I am going to give you. If you listen to the video I just played now, he claimed that the previous administration, before he took over the office, bragged that they have spent 16 billion American dollars in power sector, and he's asking them, where is the power? Where is the power authoritatively, as if when he steps into the office, he is going to give you electricity, steady electricity rather. Now let us go to the case that is being charged against Buhari and his administration. National Grid, Serap, sues Buhari over missing 11 trillion naira electricity fund. We continue to read the news. Socio-Economic Right and Accountability Project Serap has filed a lawsuit against President Muhammad Buhari over his failure to probe allegation that over 11 trillion meant to provide regular electricity supply since 1999 may have been stolen, mismanaged, or diverted into private pockets. Of course, it has been stolen and diverted into private pockets, probably including the pocket of Buhari, because if he is not saying anything about it, just like he bragged in 2015, where is the power from the previous administration? So we are going to be asking Buhari, where is the power now? We continue to read. Nigeria cities have reportedly been plunged into darkness as the electricity grid has reportedly collapsed at least 3 times in 5 months and 130 times in 7 years. According to the World Bank, epileptic power supply costs business in Nigeria about 29 billion yearly. 29 billion yearly. And with this power issue we are talking about, the past 60 years, as if Nigeria, of course Nigeria is cursed because it is an ideology of a dead man from Europe. Now we continue to read, and now we are going to read out the case number filed against Mr. Buhari. In the suit number FHC/L/CS 111/2022 filed last week at the Federal High Court, Lagos, Serap is seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel President Buhari to investigate how over 11 trillion meant to provide regular electricity supply has been allegedly squandered by government since 1999. Of course, he came into the office, he grew complicit, and now probably those siphoned the money gave him his own share. That is the reason why he does not want to talk about it even when he is leaving office. You know, notwithstanding that he bragged about where is the power in 2015 before ascending to the office, so that I'm bringing this and making the reference, bringing you back to it so that you will understand what they will do before the election. Once you put them in, they will join the chorus of those people who has been there, siphon the money that is meant for public use. They will use it and enrich themselves, build generational wealth for their children, because it is all about selfish benefit for people to become president in Nigeria. And this man is the same man that is challenging Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who has never stolen any 11 trillion naira, who has never stolen any public fund, who has never, been in charge of any public fund, but only behind the mic exposing the atrocities and the marginalization and criminality, inhuman treatment being meted on his people. Now he is actually, interfering with judiciary. Since he's interfering with judiciary, which he promised that it is the only thing that he does not interfere with, but today he's interfering with judiciary. How is he going to interfere with this one that has been filed against him? Of course, Nigeria is a contraption. They do what they want because they behave like they are a banana republic. We continue to read. As I am going to read it from where we stop. As appropriate and to ensure the tracing and full recovery of any missing public fund. I hope we are going to get to the end of this case, but we will try to follow it to see if it is going to be swept under the carpet just like the others. Of course, the end of the administration is coming to an end. It will act like it is doing something, but of course, we are going to see what is going to come out of it. Serap is arguing that it is in the public interest to ensure justice and accountability for alleged corruption and mismanagement in the electricity sector, which has resulted in the failure of government to solve Nigerians' personal power problem. According to Serap, the staggering amount of the public fund alleged to have been stolen over the years in the sector have had catastrophic effect on the lives of millions of Nigerians, akin to crime against humanity against Nigeria people. Serap is arguing that the failure to trace, fund, and recover the missing electricity fund is antithetical to the public interest. The requirements of the Nigeria Constitution 1999 as amended and the country's international obligation. Serap is also arguing that Nigeria have for far too long been denied justice and the opportunity to get to the bottom of why they continue to pay the price for corruption in the electricity sector, staying in the darkness but still made to pay crazy electricity bills. That is how wicked these people are. That is exactly how evil they are. You stay in the darkness, but your electricity tariff is being hiked up every month or every year. You will be paying the highest amount, but you do not get the service delivered for what you have paid for. We continue to read. Serap is also arguing that investigating the allegation of missing 11 trillion electricity fund, prosecuting suspected perpetrators, and recovering and missing public funds rather would end a culture of impunity. It will also address persistent collapse of the electricity grid and improve access to and affordability of electricity in the country. Serap is also arguing that corruption in the electricity sector and the lack of transparency and accountability in the use of public funds to support the operation of this course have resulted in regular blackout, electricity grid collapse, and the unlawful hike in electricity tariff. This problem is been there for more than 5 decades. It is not start now, no, but year by year they will continue to lie to you. Whichever president that comes in, they will siphon the fund, just like this one now, and his cabals. Because that if he is not in support of those who siphon the fund, you cannot tell me that he does not know that the electricity fund is missing. It is as if they are not in, ruling over humans. They are ruling over animals that does not complain, does not talk. We continue to read the news. Serap is also seeking an order of mandamus to direct and compel President Buhari to refer to the International Criminal Court all implemented reports of corruption in the electricity sector gathering dust on the shelves, and to arrest, surrender those names in the reports to the court for the prosecution. How are they going to surrender the name of those who have the raw cash? 11 trillion. 11 trillion. So, they could not mention the names of the terrorists which was exposed. It is now those who siphoned the money, probably gave them their own share, that they are going to mention. We are going to watch how that case unfold. You cannot tell somebody that is complicit in a case or in a situation to go and do something about the same situation. Joined in the suit as respondent is Mr. Abubakar Malami. The case is finished. General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, the suit filed on behalf of Serap by its lawyer Kolawole Oluwadare and Ms. Adelinka Aremo. Read in part, Nigeria has made legally binding commitment under the UN Convention Against Corruption to ensure accountability in the management of public resources. This commitment ought to be fully upheld and respected. Corruption in the electricity sector has also continued to disproportionately affect the most disadvantaged, and the vulnerable sectors of the population who cannot readily afford expensive generators in order to have reliable power. Now, let me pause this one here, because there is a particular reason why I decided to talk on this. Because now Buhari is going to be going to court to answer to the crime committed under his administration and the previous administration, that he bragged that they were incompetent. That is the reason why he was asking them, where is the power? Only for that fund to be made available for him to get his own share. So if I am to be proved wrong, we are going to see how this case is going to thrive in Nigeria justice system, which is controlled by the cabals in Aso Rock, just like you see the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu being controlled by the cabals in Aso Rock. Now let me touch on something that is also bothering me. which is in insecurity in Nigeria, because we are still grabbing some of the news. The insecurity in Nigeria that I am going to be talking about, and that will be in my next video. I will be talking about the insecurity in Nigeria, but bear it in mind that Buhari is going to court, and if Nigeria is not a corruptible country, he might be going to jail, as well as those whom he's been working with in his presidency. They might be going to jail together because they are siphoning the public fund. 11 trillion. A complete 11 trillion. Where is that money? Let's say, or let's play a devil advocate, Buhari does not know about the money or the siphoning of 11 trillion, which is meant for a public, service delivery, to give you steady electricity, which they refuse to give you, to impoverish you, to make sure that you are impoverished and you can never get any good thing, so that when somebody come and tell you that they have money, donate your kidney to me, you will have no choice, you will donate. When somebody come and tell you that they will give you money, donate your pennies for them, you will have no choice, you donate your pennies, because they impoverished you, they place you in abject poverty, that you do not even have self-esteem anymore. You only dance to the tone that they play for you at all time, because this government, they are not competent to tackle every challenges of their people. All they do is they go into power, siphon the public fund, siphon the money meant for service delivery. They will share it among themselves. When the next opponent comes in, or the next president comes in, they will complain, do the same thing and go in. And this today now, it is another campaign. Instead of you campaigning for referendum, you are campaigning for 2023, which you are not even sure if it is going to take place. Of course, you see now Tinubu, the Jagaban, those who forge certificate in order to come and be your president, those who cannot even provide their high school certificate, they want to be your president. Tell me, how are they going to brainstorm or bring initiative that will move the country forward? The same thing on this current administration. All of them, what they do, illiterate, incompetent people, you place them in power, place them into power to go there and represent you. Of course, they cannot represent you because they are there to represent their pocket. The only thing they know about is the cash in and put in the pocket, cash in and send the children abroad, cash in and make a life worth living for the children. But when it comes to you and me as a common man on the ground, they don't know anything, how to rescue you, how to put you, remove you from abject poverty, which you have been placed by the administration. They cannot do that. All they do is that when we talk about all these things that they are doing against us, they will say, bring me to be killed, bring him to be killed. Just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is languishing in the DSS dungeon because he spoke the truth, because he said we can no longer be in this impoverished nation, contraption created by a dead man from Europe. And now, under that structure, a structure that cannot give you a steady electricity, blackouts for weeks, for days, for months, sometimes in the past 5 decades. And in all these things, every year, every 8 years, a promise upon promise, promises upon promises, promises upon promises, as if we, this generation that been making these promises upon promises to, as if they are no longer human, as if they are animals. They don't have feelings. They cannot cry. You beat them, you ask them not to cry. That is exactly what this government, they keep doing. They beat Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they ask him not to cry. They wanted to kill him, they asked him not to run. They wanted to kill him, he ran for his life. They say he is in contempt of court, which is lie. Even British Prime Minister knows that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not in contempt of court. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail in 2017. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu rather ran for his life because there is a saying that a wise man say it is only a tree that will know that it is going to be uprooted. It will still remain where it is rooted until it happens. Now, it is the same Britain who issued Mazen Nnamdi Kanu emergency passport for him to run away for his life, because they understand the value of lives. They understand the value of life. Now, my problem here again is, why is Boris Johnson only asking about their citizen? What is the reason why he is not allowed to see his lawyers in private? This question is a question that is a long gone question that is not supposed to be asking now. It is not where we are at right now. Where we are at right now, why is Buhari, who made a promise in 2021 to the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, to the Igbo elders, to the people whom Igbo is not the Fajibiri, to show you that he regard them as nothing? Our region is regarded as animal. They are not regarded as part of the contraption which your ancestors, Boris Johnson, created prior to 1914 and put us in abstract and poverty. Today, we are suffering as a result of that creation of your ancestor, Luga. Now, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu rose up to condemn the activities of this current administration and previous ones since 5 decades, because when you continue to make one mistake in the 5 decades, you are it is no longer a mistake. It is now, you are now purposely doing it because you know that these people are lame. They can do nothing. You can even kill them, just like Lekki Toge. They can do nothing. That's exactly what you have seen. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is fighting because we are not feeling the sense of belonging in that contraption. Now we want to exit that contraption. You refuse. You cannot refuse to move and refuse to move away from the road for people who want to move. You regard Igbo elders as nobody. That is the reason why you lied to them, President Buhari, that you are not, or whoever that is this, in the Aso Rock. That is one thing you are not interfering with. That is the judiciary. And today, what are you doing? Interfering with the judiciary. Interfering with the judiciary. Judiciary in our own Mahia stated that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did not jump a bail. What is going on today? You are now wanting the judiciary to be to now, bend the law. To bend the law because you are Buhari, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu spoke the truth. To bend the law in order to nail an innocent person. International community, United Nations, at Pochus, all the world leaders, world power, hear the injustices that is going on in Nigeria. Even myself that is making this program, I know that I am not safe. As it stands, just like you know how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, an extraordinary rendition to Nigeria in June 2021. But that is by the way. A man must die for what he believes in. We believe in equity, justice, and fairness. Now we are fighting to leave Nigeria because in the last 5 decades, more than 5 decades, we have never tasted what is called equity, justice, fairness. We have never tasted it. We have never tasted freedom of association, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. We have not tasted it except the way we are in a free countries. That is how we are able to discharge and feel how it feels, or experience how it feels rather, to have freedom to complain, to have freedom to cry when you are being beaten up. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be going to court in 2 or 3 days time. Release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, release him, and give us a date for referendum, because it is Biafra or Biafra. It is Biafra or Biafra. We are not going back. We are not saying, we are not even having any other thing. Only Biafra we want. We are not politicians. We are not going to advocate for any politician. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not politician, because the fear of Buhari, that is the reason why I say he's playing his last joker. It is because he believed that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu release will give P2B the president of Nigeria. But we have made our stance very clear. We are not up for any presidency. We are not up for any presidential election. We are up for referendum. Referendum or nothing. That is what we are. If you are watching this program from Judge Money Official, make sure you share the video. Make sure you follow the page and click the notification bell. If you are watching us on YouTube, share the video, click the notification bell, and for you to get notification each time we have come to preach this gospel for freedom of mankind in Africa, for Biafra restoration, the land of Elohim, Chukwu Okike Abiama, on the face of the earth, the Eden Africa today. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay informed. To you, all lovers of freedom, Shalom.